Hello, my name is Ahmed Abdul Ghaffar. I am one of millions of Egyptians living abroad. Now, I know, I should have done this much earlier, but it's only now that the realization came and that the courage, unfortunately, arrived at me essentially to make a video about this. Now, like many Egyptians living abroad, we left Egypt not because we wanted to, but because of the horrible circumstances that existed under the old regime. Now, when you love something, love's a cruel mistress. So this means that when the thing you love feels pain, you feel it too. And Egypt has one big brain tumor, and it goes by the name of scaf. Now, why is scaf a brain tumor? Well, two things. They're stupid, they're not good for your IQ, and they're incompetent. And they're corrupt and malevolent. Now, I'll argue my case, and I want you to judge it, make comments, and if you disagree with me, please say. If you agree, please say. Okay, first and foremost, stupid. Now, scaf have done a lot of ridiculous things. Firstly, when you look at how they're acting, you can tell that they weren't reading the slogans. People didn't say down with Mubarak. People said down with the regime was the main one. I mean, that was the aim. Or else if we remove Mubarak and replace him with Tantawi, we've done nothing. Secondly, reason why I don't think he's read them properly is this. One of the key demands of the revolution, which were handed over to him, were undoing of the emergency law, prosecution of former regime officials, and free and fair elections, and freedom, and a guarantee for the right of protest and whatnot, and many other things. Now, the only demands of the revolution that Tantawi has tried to foster have been ones where he's been under pressure because of millions upon millions upon millions of people protesting, each and every one of them. Trial of former regime officials, right? That's been a fiasco. I mean, for one thing, it took them till April to even put a travel ban on Jamal Mubarak and the Mubaraks. And many former regime officials, and all of them have escaped overseas because of this idiocy. What the fuck is that? And only after a 1,000,000-man demonstration do they come and they put them in prison and impose travel bans on them. Come on! These people have so many crimes to their names. Why the delay? Are you waiting for them to cover their ass? Secondly, and that's stupid too, because when people get pissed off, you'll have nothing to placate them with. Second, the economy. Now, okay, my dad says it. They don't have experience. Yeah, they don't. Great. But no, there are some basic things that you can do. You've got economic experts at your disposal who you didn't listen to until recently. You gave us a horrible Prime Minister, Issam Sharif. Okay, that's a mistake of the revolutionaries. We thought he was decent and he was terrible. But once it became apparent that he was terrible, he should have been removed. It shouldn't have taken an entire 1,000,000-man march to get rid of him. I mean, what? What do you need to know that the guy's incompetent? You are the ruling party. You should act like it until we get an elected government. Secondly, the police force. Now that's a serious one. And that has led to one of the biggest disasters in Egyptian sports. Now the reason for this is this. Since February 11th, everyone, for months on end, have been talking about reforming the police force because in its current format it is corrupt and it goes against victims and it goes against peaceful protesters and it uses thugs and supports thugs and is supported by thugs. And it should be reformatted so that it does not do that. For a year we've been telling you this. Now you're going to talk about reformatting the police force. Now Kamal Ganzouri is talking about it. It took you a year to realize? You know what? Didn't you see the massacres? Didn't you notice that there's been a drop in security all of a sudden? Come on, dude. We expect some common sense. I'm not expecting a stellar performance. I'm not expecting Clinton-level administration or anything. But I'm expecting some common sense. Some good common sense. Things that I would have done if I was in your shoes. The first things that occurred to me would have been abolish the emergency law. That was not done. And then he ends up backrolling it for thuggery. Where these were concessions Mubarak was willing to make in 2005 before he felt threatened by any form of revolution. So what have we achieved? What did 1,000 people die for? What did thousands of people who lost eyes, limbs, and have been disabled in many other ways for freedom and a better Egypt? What did we get out of this? Nothing, the way you're running it. Come on, man. We want things to improve, and under you have made no initiatives at all to improve anything. You're incompetent and you're corrupt because you want to maintain your special privileges. Proof of this. The Silmi articles. You are the president. The Silmi could not have dared put these in a proposed constitution on your behalf if you did not allow it. Article 9 and 10 say the following, Silmi articles. First one, and I'm not sure if this is true, if this is correct, so please correct me if I'm wrong. I could never get a copy of the article, so please tell me what it says. The army governs itself. Secondly, the finances of the army are just a number not to be discussed by Parliament. What? Who are you? The Catholic Church? Screw you! You are the army of Egypt. You are under the command of our president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces. It's as simple as that. And our parliament, like any institution. Why should there be a difference between your institution and any other? You know why not give the police special privileges? To go around selling drugs, raping, looting, pillaging. Why not? I mean, the Egyptian police is definitely doing that. They're corrupt as hell. Why not? There's something called the rule of law. Okay, let me explain this to Tantawi a little more clearly. There is something called democracy, my friend. You know what democracy means? Democracy means the people get together from all walks of life, regardless of profession, race, religion, or political ideology, and they vote for a government. That government rules the country, and its word presides over all institutions, regardless of what institution that is. So no one is exempt from Egyptian law. Army is not exempt. Police is not exempt. Judiciary is not exempt even. Americans aren't exempt. I.e. Sam Lahoud. Americans are not exempt. No one is exempt. And no one should be. Because we are trying to build a democratic society. Any exceptions, any privileges for the army mean the revolution has not been completed. It's as simple as that. No exemptions for anybody. No privileges. And I will discuss that point later. But this is the summary. This is what has been ticking me off for months on end, and I've summarized it, and I do not think I've done enough. But thanks for listening anyway.